So I guess I'll title this video January 2026 Letterboxd reviews, so that maybe we can make this into a series or something. I don't know, talk about something fun. But yeah, yesterday, living in LA has really a lot of privileges. I mean, I'm so lucky. I feel very, very grateful to be able to have so much access to so many movies, so many cool theaters, so much access to the arts, that it can get a bit overwhelming, but it's amazing. It's an amazing problem to have. So yeah, let's get into it. So I will start off with the first review and then go towards the last review. And I will only mention the January movies that I have watched and reviewed. I won't mention any of the February movies that I have already watched so far, which there's been a lot of movies that I've watched in February. And actually we went into this event yesterday for Valentine's Day, and we actually got to see Timothée Chalamet, so I'll talk about that, I guess, in the next video for February 2026. I don't know, maybe I should talk about it right now. It's just, I'm like, I don't know how to do this because it's literally the middle of February. Maybe I should just mention the February movies that I've watched so far. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling, how long the video is, and all of that. So, let me get started. Let me sign into my Letterboxd, and then we can get started. Okay, you guys, I could not do it without the headphones because I need to listen to my environment and see what noises are being picked up by the microphone. So I put my headphones back in. Oh my gosh, I have LB right here. He's relaxed, or was relaxed, but now he's seen the headphones, so now he probably thinks it's playtime. But okay, let's get started. So let's go to my Letterboxd and reminds me. So there's only two people that I follow on my Letterboxd. I follow Charlie XCX and I follow Thomas, my boyfriend. So I'm not like one of those people that uses it as like a social media form where you connect with, friends and stuff, because I don't really know of anybody else that uses Letterboxd. So if you want to add me though, let me know. I'll drop my Letterboxd and maybe we can connect there as well. Okay, so let's go to my profile. Alright, I guess I can show you guys my profile first. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but I guess, yeah, this is it. Oh no, LB. Oh no, first review. This is, I think we watched this on December 31st, so this was the last day of 2025. But we watched last summer, and this is a French film by Catherine Breillat. She's French, and the name of the film is Letterboxd, and it's about a woman, and she is married to a man, and I believe it's like his second marriage. So he already has a child from a former marriage, and it shows their lives and how impacted it is when the son of the husband goes and lives with them in France. The son is lying 16 or 17 years old, so a teenager coming into adulthood, so a very crucial part of his life. And of course, you have the after effects of having a teenager, and I believe he was like a troubled teenager. That's why he moved to his father's. You have the effects of a teenager who's already, been broken and gone through a lot of things, and the impact that it has when he has to move to a whole other household, But I guess the drama that unfolds, that is focused on in this movie, is the relationship, the very intimate relationship. Trigger warning, like, this kind of gross, a lot of essay stuff goes on, and so it focuses on like the relationship that unfolds between the stepmother and the son. And I thought it was a really beautiful movie. Of course, the theme, the conversation that unfolds, it's quite disgusting and, a taboo, but of course it happens every day, unfortunately. And I think the movie depicts the feelings so beautifully, because it it doesn't take away from how tragic and how disgusting it is, that the relationship that they were having. But anyway, let's just read what I wrote. So I gave it 5 stars, and I said, wow, what a beautiful and complicated film. I don't know whether to be upset or understanding about a mother's and young son's fragile relationship. The movie starts slow and sets up the stage for the chaotic, tumultuous frenzy that throws you right into the passionate scenes that still have me shocked and saddened. So many mixed feelings that are so taboo but yet so human. Catherine continues to grasp the humanness of her subjects and transcends them through the screen with such delicacy that is oh so French. Beautiful film, and I highly recommend anyone who watches it to watch it with an open mind. So, shout out to Thomas's Criterion channel subscription, because we were able to watch it through there. Okay, sorry you guys, I had to mute for a little bit because the neighbors started their very noisy car. Okay, another Criterion channel. Oh, what is that tone? Another Criterion channel watch. I saw that they had The Others with Nicole Kidman and this Chilean director that I had watched when I was very little. Like, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old when we watched this movie. It came out in 2001. And I saw that the movie was on the Criterion channel, so I was like, oh my god, let me watch it. So, yeah, The Others has Nicole Kidman star in it, and the Yes, I was sick, so I just I needed a lot of downtime. Okay, so the next movie I watched was Children of Men, and this was Julianne Moore, like very brief Julianne Moore appearance. But yeah, it's with Julianne Moore and Clive Owen. So really great movie. I said it's been 3 days since Thomas and I watched this while I was at death's door sick with the flu. I'm still mulling it over. It hits way too close to home with its xenophobic, anti-immigration, the lack of empathy, white supremacy themes, but that is a very hard pill we have to swallow in the big 2026. Blue. I'm a bit sad Julianne Moore was lamb sacrificed at the very beginning, but understand that was a major plot point. I even realized why there had been a random bombing at the cafe in the opening scene while showering. So many subtleties that were beautifully presented in such a dystopian setting. 10 out of 10. Okay. Next, The Rip. Another very sickly watch because I just needed some rest. Okay, so The Rip is a movie that just came out on Netflix with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. You know, the duo. They're like besties or whatever. So whatever, I was like, okay, let me just watch it because I read that it was based in Miami, on a somewhat true story about a discovery that they had in Miami, in Kendall Lakes, or Miami Lakes, sorry, Miami Lakes, about a lot of cash that was found in a home. So let's get into my review. Netflix. Sorry. Netflix movies are so bad, but they're great for when you want to sit down and mindlessly eat your kava. Loosely based on a drug cash seizure in Miami Lakes, Florida, 305 De La Dad. The movie clearly was not shot in Hialeah or even Miami for that matter, but was clearly filmed in LA. Transplant since 2022. The Miami panoramic views are cheap and add to the manufactured authenticity the movie tries to so desperately to portray, complete with horrible Spanish awkwardly mangled by Ben Affleck, who is clearly in love with Latino culture but just can't seem to fully commit, unlike his counterpart Matt Damon, who at least went all in by marrying his Argentinian wife. Anyway, I'm shocked that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have stooped this low. Clearly they're desperate for cash. I'm giving this a star so I can 1. Review, and 2. For giving the well-deserved flowers to the beehole that got more than 5 minutes of screen time. Oh, and Tiana Taylor. Also, fuck the Hialeah was like his directorial debut. So yeah, amazing movie. I loved it. I love Charlie XCX. I'm a huge fan. I can't say that I was a fan of hers before Brad came out, but Brad, like, I'm crazy about Charlie since Brad, so I'm like so grateful that she came out with that, and I was able to like discover everything else that she's created. So, alright, so she came out with a movie called The Moment, and I gave it 3.5 stars. Alright, watched this at AMC Theaters Burbank with Thomas, and I was hoping they would pass out the Moment posters like they did for Nora. Anyway, this film was absolutely fucking bonkers in that I see so much of myself in Charlie, and I just know we would be besties and prop yap, smoke parliaments in 2 lines. I'm not gonna say this because I don't want my video to get, taken down. And 2 lines, till we get little spitballs in the corners of our mouths. I love that they shot parts of the movie at the hotel. Yay, those. Thanks for giving us free breakfast during our stay after I moved. The housekeeping manager that Thomas and I stayed at during our trip to London last year. Shoreditch was cute, and Brett, the restaurant, was fucking amazing. You should totally go if you can fucking amazing food, Welsh food cooked in an open fire. Anyway, I love that Charlie went down this road versus doing a door movie. I see you too, Swift. And then you slowly start to realize it actually is a movie. Throwing shade at Taylor Swift, cue the ugly sparkly boots, and how terrible it is when you just become a bot following other people's creative direction. The logos at the end, and the fact that the end production was so shit, but Variety and Amazon still gave it an amazing review, demonstrates how the big media is a cock for Taylor Swift. Charlie is clearly not that, but at the same time she is. Being a star at her level carries a burden, as shown by the credit card controversy. You, as a pop star, have the power to save people. Cute a crazy fan at meet and greet, and it's fucking insane having to keeping track of everyone yapping at you and not even acknowledging that you're actually a real person. Charlie reminds us that it's important to surround yourself with a management that actually cares about the artist, since being signed up to a record label will inherently bring these sorts of issues, especially if you're an artist navigating this shit solo, without any support system at home. Kylie was cute as fuck, and I love the contrast between perfect model soft and demure Kylie against the perfect beautiful rage that is Charlie. Amazing film, but fuck AMC for not passing out posters, and fuck them for not having pitching speakers with a bass. Also, where is George? I'm so funny. I'm obviously not a freaking critic. Like, this is all for fun, okay? Like, I love being able to just put like thoughts into, a movie and like just have it recorded there, because I can look back at it and be like, oh, I watched this movie. It's really fun. If you guys don't have a Letterboxd, you should totally get one. Alright, I think this is the last movie of January. Yes, it is. Okay, so the last movie that I watched in January is Begonia with Emma Stone, and I gave it 2 stars because I just can't stand what's the Greek guy's the director, Yorgos Lanthimos. I can't stand him. I think he's so weird, and I don't get it. I mean, actually, I do understand where he comes. I can understand where he comes from a like directorial angle, but like I just don't get why. I don't know. I think for me it's just like a very like white man perspective last night we watched Call Me by Your Name, and there's this production company that or events company, I don't know, it's called Cinespia or Cinespia, yeah, Cinespia, and they're in LA, and they put up a lot of like movie showings and whatnot at like the Hollywood Cemetery, and apparently they had like an 8-day Timothy Chalamet movie thing, where they were showing a movie of his for 8 days straight. And yesterday they showed Call Me by Your Name, and yeah, they had Timothy Chalamet do a little Q&A at the end, and it was amazing. It was really great. I thought it was a very sweet movie, but I'll include